Ancient Hunts is one of the best new additions to Minecraft Dungeons. At the current state of the game, this is practically the entire in-game content. This is where you get the most coveted gear in the entire game, gilded gear. In order to get that perfect piece of gilded gear, you're going to need to farm a lot of Ancient Hunts. And with the new addition of ancient mobs to the game, these hunts are no walk in the park by any means. That is why in this video, I'm going to be showing you the best build that is tailored perfectly for Ancient Hunts. Now there are some things to consider when making a good build for Ancient Hunts. First, you're going to need to make sure that you have a great way to heal. Ancient Hunts are crawling with tons of hard-hitting enchanted mobs, not to mention the ancient mobs themselves who can hit you for massive amounts of damage. You're going to need to have a really good way to heal back all of that damage you are taking if you want to survive. Next is that you're going to need to have a weapon that deals a ton of damage to a large area. This is going to help you clear out all of the trash mobs in between ancient mob rooms. Not to mention take out the minions that each ancient mob has. And lastly, you're going to want to be able to move around quickly so that the ancient hunts don't take you forever to complete. Taking all those things into consideration is how I came up with the perfect ancient hunt build. I use this build for every ancient hunt that I do because it is just so good, I can't imagine using anything else. Now the foundation of all good builds start with the armor. And in this build, I chose to go with the Wither armor. The Wither armor is an all-around great piece of armor, and it is a great armor to use basically in any scenario. Plus, it looks freaking cool as well, which is always a plus in my book. This armor's abilities are just so good. Not only does it have a built-in 6% lifestealing ability, but it decreases all the damage you receive by 35%. That makes it a great defensive armor. It will also increase the amount of souls you receive by 50%. Now to get the most out of this ability, you'll need to pair it with something that uses souls. And in this case, I chose to use a bow that has the Anima Conduit enchantment on it. With this enchantment, you're going to get another 6% life healing for every soul that you absorb. Yeah, you heard me right. This means you're going to be an absolute tank. This is going to help a ton with the enchanted mobs, and it will help you tank the ancient mobs as well. Okay, we got the defense and life healing stuff covered of this build. Now we need to worry about our damage output. You're going to want to have something that has a really high DPS so you can melt the ancient mobs when they appear as quickly as you can so you don't die. This is why I chose to use the trusty Whirlwind. The Whirlwind's built-in enchantments makes this weapon amazing at mowing down large groups of enemies, which is what you want when doing ancient hunts. Now the enchantments on this weapon will make or break it. There are two must-have enchantments on this weapon, and those are Critical Hit and Swirling. Critical Hit is probably the most overpowered weapon enchantment out there. It will give you a chance to do triple the amount of damage on a hit. This is very noticeable, and it procs often. Swirling is another great enchantment I recommend for any melee weapon. Swirling is going to be a straight DPS buff with the added bonus of increasing your area of effect damage. This weapon is going to give you all the damage output you will need to do ancient hunts efficiently and then some. Now when it comes to the bow, it is really up to your preference. The only thing that your bow needs is the Anima Conduit enchantment. Now that enchantment is kind of rare, so keep a lookout for whenever you get any new bow drops. As you can see, this bow that I'm using is not that great. But that is okay because I hardly ever use it during the ancient hunt. It has the Anima Conduit enchantment and that's what matters. Now for the artifacts. The artifacts that I chose for this build are the Deathcap Mushroom, the Gong of Weakening, and the Boots of Swiftness. The Deathcap Mushroom and the Gong of Weakening are my two favorite artifacts to use. These are just so overpowered. You're always going to want to pop both of these right before you start an ancient hunt boss battle. It will make the battle so much easier. And I'm using the Boots of Swiftness in order to help me complete the ancient hunts faster. Feel free to sub them out for any other artifact if you want to live life in the slow lane. Using this build, you'll be on your way to getting all your favorite gilded pieces in no time. If this video helped, give it a like. And if you want to see more of these kinds of videos, subscribe to my channel. I can't believe we've already smashed the 300 subscriber mark. It's hard to believe how fast this channel is growing, and it's all thanks to you guys. At this pace, we should hit the 1,000 subscriber mark in no time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.